Did you do the €300 dinner again, Jay? There was no such thing, Dub. There was no such thing as the €300 dinner. Nope. That never happened. Never. Nah, not in my book. Never, ever, ever happened. I don't know where you got that story from. I never heard of a €300 dinner. And did you need to get a kebab after again? I never done. I don't know what you're talking about. No. Nope, don't know what you're talking about at all. So, I'm just gonna bounce my boobs for a bit. Does that work? Can I get out of this now? It's on video, Jay. Yeah, so when we were in Dubrovnik, my friend Dennis, as I said, a bad influence, decided to treat me for my birthday. And he had one of his habibis, as we call them in the Middle East, the habibis. One of his habibis suggested this restaurant for the experience. And the experience was, it was definitely an experience. It was extravagant, I suppose. Just, you know, you go in and you're greeted, you're brought up these steps, you feel fancy, you're being treated to this and that and oh, blah blah blah, and you're taking the best care in the world. It's not my life. It's not what I want to be. I never want to be fancy. I think it's all very pretentious and shit. However, for this one-off occasion, he brought us to a place called 360. I'll see, can I give me a second. I'm gonna see, can I Google Maps this and give you an idea. So we went to, yes, this is it. I'm gonna bring it up on screen now for you. So we had this kind of, it's called a 360 restaurant that was in, now it's probably a franchise, maybe it's all over, I'm not too sure, but you have this, like, you're up on the, well, at least here, you're up on the wall battlements of Dubrovnik, okay? Quite fancy, and you can even see the kind of food selections here. Now, look at this for portion, okay? Portion sizes. There's like 2 pieces of frickin' fish here, a few little blobs of whatever the fuck that is, and then, I don't know, whatever this is. This type of dish here alone, you see how little, like, this, it's literally enough for my left testicle. This would literally feed my left testicle. 2 little incy bits of fish, whatever this shit is and whatever. Yeah, it looks like a flower. It's probably caviar or something like this. This 2 dish, okay, now it comes as 2 dishes. You'd have something like this as 1 dish. The 2 actually, I need to cross-check this. I need to cross-check this because I don't want to give a lie. I don't want to lie. But I'm actually going to show you the menu so you know I'm not lying. Well, I'm sure, did I save the menu? I had it here somewhere, but I might have deleted the menu. Because I shit you not. No, I must have deleted the menu. Wait, it should be, if I delete the menu, it should be my it should be my recently deleted tab. 1 second. No, is that it? Okay. Okay, so this is a 3-course menu. Okay, this is a 3-course menu. €186. Okay, that's over $200. Okay, just for the food. This is not including drinks and whatnot. Okay, so 180 freaking six euro for a 3-course meal. Each of the things are like you can see them here. Okay, this is your 3-course meal. 3 of these tiny little edible, whatever the freaking things. Now, are they delicious? Yes, they are delicious, but there's nothing on your plate, man. There's nothing on your plate. 186 euro for the presentation, you know? Like, fuck that. Like, this is what rich people eat, you know? Now this thing here, this is the funny part, okay? So this is called the tasting menu. But you know what the funny thing is I remember eating, so you come in and they give you bread and they give you like a first they give you like the starter that you just have, okay? So you're like, oh, okay. They're kind of like, you're just eating away and like, okay, and then you're ready for the first course. And the first course is like this little tasting thingy. It's like, it's called a tasting menu. Like literally you have a little taste. Now, I didn't have the 3-course menu, I had the 2-course menu. And the 2-course menu was a little bit cheaper. It was like 120 or so euro or something like that, roughly. Maybe a little bit more. But still, very fucking expensive. So you have this like starter, and then you have the first course, which is something like this, okay? This tiny, like you'd eat it in like 2 bites kind of thing. It's tiny. It's like a little bit of ravioli or whatever that is. But these portions, as I said, tiny little things. They're gone in a second. So I was like, okay. And then they brought out another one similar to the starter. Like after we had the first course, they brought out another thing. I wonder, can I see it here? Because it was so small. Oh, like... Look at this stuff. Like yeah, I remember this bread and stuff. Yeah, that was nice. This like... Look at these tiny little bits, man. They're so small. This might look huge. It's freaking tiny. Just as an FYI. Just this thing here. Tiny. Like, literally probably about the size of your finger, you know? I'm trying to see. This. I think this was it. Now, this is zoomed in, okay? Like, you can see it. Like, these are zoomed in, okay? That's how small they are. I remember... After we had the first course, this came onto our table eventually. And I thought this was, this is just like an in-between, kind of taster thing before the main course. And I was like, the main course, now it's going to be this nice big thing, like, and I couldn't wait. So I ate this type of thing, right? And then I was there waiting for a while, and then all of a sudden they came out with this like little birthday, because Dennis obviously told them that it was my birthday, like he was celebrating it a couple of days after the actual birthday, because we weren't together at the time. So I was like, this is strange that they're coming. Like in my head I'm like, this is a bit strange that they're bringing me the birthday thing before the main course. But I was like, okay, cool. So it was this tiny little thing anyway. So I was like, yummy. So I turned to Dennis and I said, when's the main course coming? Little did I realize I already ate the main course. I thought it was a little appetizer. I was there being like, what the fuck? I was like, I get it. You're paying for like the experience or whatever. I get it. Fancy, fancy, lovely, fine dining. But holy, wow! I was like, never again do I ever want. I will never do this experience again unless someone's paying for it for me, as in 100% paying for it for me. Now, in all fairness, Dennis paid for more or less the entire thing. Not all of it, but about 75% of it, because it was like a birthday treat for me. But still, though, like it looks cool and all that, but look at it. It's served on a plate of stones. You have an Oreo. This Oreo thing, this is probably, what, 20 euro or so for an freaking Oreo? You know what I'm saying? It's fucking madness. But yeah, I just don't get it, man. How rich people or people think this is like yeah, I just don't get it. Like, no shade or anything to like the restaurant, but like this is what people do. Like, this is the whole fine dining thing. So yeah, this would have been us. Well, this would have been the location. So we were sat. I think we were sat at like one or two of these. On the battlement, so you're paying for the view and all that. Like it was one of these two that I think it was this one right behind my head I was sat at actually at the time. But yeah, man, it's just, and see these stools here. See the stool. I asked the waiter. I was like, hi, what's this stool for? Can anyone okay, I want to ask you guys before I look at the chat for the other thing. I want to ask you guys, what do you think this stool is for? Now each table has one of these stools, okay? So I want to see, does anyone know what these stools are for? Now each table would have one of these stools, right? Anyone have an idea? You might have seen it already, but look, it's for the women's handbags, so they don't touch the floor. It's for the handbags. That's what the stool's for the women, for their handbags. Or maybe for the men and the man bags, man purses or whatever. Fancy, right? Fancy. I shit you not. And you know I'm telling the truth because you can see it in this photo. The women have their bags on the stools, so they don't get them dirty, you know? Which I can understand, but yeah. I guess it's somewhat clever or whatever, but yeah. Never seen so wasp. Just for the rich drunks to not feel as terrible for drinking all night and out eating. Man, I'm glad that I can cook all the foods that I love to eat. Some require a lot more time, fancy ingredients, especially equipment. This is why I don't go to the Michelin star restaurants. Rich food, fancy food isn't for eating, just for status symbol. Yeah, just go for the experience. Most of them aren't worth it. Nah, man, like I don't ever want to do this again type thing. As I said, if some rich person wants to bring me out and has me eat here, just bearing in mind, I'm going to ask them, can we go to like McDonald's afterwards or something? So I remember, I think I was saying it to you, Dub, at the time, you and Gary, that literally, guys, after I ate here, okay, now bearing in mind, like two of us would have paid over 300 euro for this, like in total, and that's not including the drink on top of it. We had some prosecco with it and such, so it was about 300 euro for this experience, right? And right afterwards, I turned around to Dennis when we left the restaurant. I was like, we need to go and get some more food. I was like, I'm fucking starving. You know? So we looked for the closest, any takeaway, kebab, fast food thing I could find, because it was like 11 o'clock at night. Other places would have been shut, or the other, I'm not going to another restaurant. I'm not paying more money. We just paid 300 fucking euro on a restaurant for like stuff that wouldn't feed, as I said, my left testicle. And yeah, there we go. 300 euro. And I literally was like, I need more portions, man. Like I said it, like anytime I go to a restaurant, what the most important thing, well, obviously the food has to be good, right? But the most important thing for me at the restaurant is the portion size. I go out to eat food. I don't give a shit how it's presented as such. Like, just pile it onto my plate. That's all I give a shit about, is the quality of the food on my plate. I don't care how fancy it is. Your little touches that you do in chefing school or whatever, putting the nice little bits of mint on the side and a little bit of a little bit of the sauce and drawing your little designs and stuff. I don't give a shit about that. Just literally plump some shit on my plate so I can fucking eat it. That's all I care about. So when you present to me this fine dining experience with these tiny little portion sizes that are like the size of one of my fingers, and it costs like €50 for one thing that's the size of my finger, I'm out. And I don't think that's unreasonable. But yeah, that's just how it is. Noted. If Jay ever comes to visit, I'm going to take him to the hole in the wall, massive portion, dirt cheap places. There we go. Bring me to them. I don't care how, like, as long as the portion sizes are huge and the food is decent. It doesn't have to be amazing, but it's decent. Like, it's enough to feed me. We're good. Hey there, Jason Statham sibling. Hey, Glam. It's been 84 years. It's been a while, right? It's been a while. But yeah, that's just how it is. So when I saw that those little stools were people's purses, I was like, this is definitely not my lifestyle. Like, I felt so out of place. I felt so out of place at this restaurant because it's just not me, But look, I said it to my friend before we even went there. I was like, okay, like, he gave me the heads up. We're going to be doing this experience. I was like, we're what? I was giving him the evils at the time, but then I was like, look, okay, it's my birthday. It's for my birthday. It's a birthday treat. Okay, I will digest it just for this moment, but I never want to do it again. So I had the experience, but I never want to do it again. So there you go.